Good morning, everybody.
Already started. Good morning, everybody.
So this is our second video together after a big change in this channel. And I think that in the first few videos, now in January, we just have to get used to each other and we have to develop some working pattern and well-sounding style of our videos. So it will be more practicing in the beginning. I hope you will follow us and you give us a feedback how it looks like and what potential you can improve. And so today I thought that we can discuss a little bit about YouTube videos themselves. Now we start to make videos together, but you were making videos at least in front of camera for more than 2 years. I also make few videos alone as well on the other channel. We can share our experience, right? So you are kind of almost professional creator. Tell me how it is. What is your experience with making YouTube videos?
Okay, as an expert, I can tell you that making videos in YouTube is very difficult. At least at the beginning, it was very difficult. It was like a catastrophe, right? I didn't know how to make interesting videos. And I have to speak English. I cannot even speak my native language, Chinese, for 5 minutes without proper preparation. So it is, it is like it take a lot of time of practicing and finally find my style later. So it's not that easy.
Yes, I agree. It is very different than what people may think. At least I was thinking like this in the beginning, years ago, when I was watching other YouTubers. It's nothing special. People just take a camera or any phone and just start to talk to the camera about whatever they want to say or whatever passion they have. But it turns out that people may want to talk about something, but it still is a certain skill and a challenge to really do it in a clear way and in an interesting way. So in the beginning, we just wanted to share our small trips, our small adventures, and we went to interesting places, and we thought that the whole, experience is very nice, and it might be really good to see for other people. But then again, when you look at the ready effect, you realize that it must be well presented. And this is something which requires a practicing.
Yes, especially the most difficult part for me is to speak fluently and naturally in front of a camera. When I stand in front of a camera, my brain stops working and I cannot gather my thoughts. Even I knew what I want to say, even I already had a idea what I want to going to tell my audience, but it doesn't work.
The tragedy of this situation is that in most of the cases, it's not a spectacular fail, because that would be not very bad. The videos when people fail miserably are quite good, they're quite entertaining, but unfortunately, in most of the cases when people just have a brain freeze, it just looks boring, nothing else. So yes, it was a challenge.
Yeah, not everybody can be talkative like you do and feel ready and natural in front of camera. So that's why we need you.
People may think so, but they cannot realize how extreme stress it is inside me.
What stress?
Anyhow, so what next you can say, what was the biggest surprise after you started to make the videos and started to publishing them?
A biggest surprise is that one day when I open my eyes, suddenly I have a lot more new subscribers and new views of my videos. So I feel very happy. It's like a surprise, like I found a treasure.
Yes, I think that sooner or later if only people are persistent in what they are doing, the effects start to come. Bigger or smaller, but noticeable effects. And the moment when we realize that this interaction between the viewers and us is suddenly much bigger, was very satisfying. When we started to notice much more views and subscribers, and first of all comments from the audience, it really gives a new motivation and satisfaction, because our effort was noticed.
Yes, it's a big support and motivation for me to realize that my idea was delivered to you, to all over the world.
Sure.
And you responded.
So now, as a experienced YouTuber, would you advise others to start to make videos and publish them on YouTube?
Well, it depends on what is your intention. If you want to make money on YouTube, then I don't recommend you to do so. Because no, with my own experience to tell you that no, YouTube doesn't give you good income. But if you just do it for your own hobby, you like to do so, and you like to share your life, your experience with people around the world, then do it. I support you.
What would be your advice for somebody who just starts a new channel?
I think you just need to start, because the beginning is the most difficult part. After that, things will get more and more easier.
I would argue that maybe that's a little bit too optimistic, that things will get easier, but certainly certain experience is necessary, and we only can get this experience after we start to do certain things. So indeed, if somebody wants to start a YouTube, I would also advise just start to do it without planning too much, without thinking too much. Don't commit too much effort to make some big investment first. Just first start to make your own natural content and see how it looks like. Yeah,
and don't worry about that. There are how many billion people in the world on the earth? So there are always a part of people who like to watch your video.
How many?
Billions.
How many?
More than 10 billion.
10 billions.
Billion is, 1 billion, 13 billion.
13 billion.
1 billion, 1 billion.
There's 1 billion of people.
No, 1 billion in China, 1.3 billion in China, so 6 billion in the world, yes.
6, that's close. It's almost
6 billion,
around 7.
yes.
Alright, so now you are a seasoned creator. You have 2 working channels, this one in English, which now together we are going to push forward very rapidly. You have also a channel in which you make videos only in Polish language, which is doing quite well, and you put a lot of work in these videos. So tell me, what are your expectations for this whole coming year?
I wish that I would have a million subscribers. And I would like my audience to understand all my jokes, because it's very embarrassing that when I make jokes but nobody laugh, or you just misunderstand that I talk bullshit.
Yes. Between these 2 goals, the million subscribers is much easier. So let's hope that in the end of this year, there will be million subscribers in this channel.
I'm sure that my audience understand me, because they watch my videos for a long time already. You are the person who should make effort right now to gain their like.
That's true. In any case, this might be our little talk for today.
Already? Time flies.
All right. As I said, we will need to make these videos to make our own rhythm. So I think that you can expect at least 2 videos per week, when we just sit in front of camera and we will make a brainstorm, and we will share with you the effects of this brainstorm. Hopefully there will be any effects at all.
Okay.
What you can say to them in the end of this video to our audience. We have more than 2,000 subscribers. So some of these people, they follow you from the very beginning until now.
They may already forgot about me.
Let's imagine that they didn't. So we have really a seasoned viewers, and also we have the new subscribers which came in the last week. So we are happy for all of you. And what do you think?
We will grow together.
Yes, let's hope so. Okay?
Okay, see you next time. And don't miss our videos. So subscribe.
You can go actually and watch all the older videos. They are, well, first of all, you will see the progress through the time. I think it's interesting. I think there are few videos which were, even if not perfect, they were still quite entertaining. There were a few interesting places we visited. There were a few interesting situations. There were a few kind of discussions. You made few typical talking videos when you just presented a certain problem and your opinion about it. And you can go back like a time travel and let us know later what you think about it right now.
Which is your favorite video in the past?
Until now, it is the video, there were two videos from the very beginning, from our trip in Tatry Mountains in Poland. And this, if you go to the videos on this channel, these are two first videos right now. And why I like them? It was great adventure. And it was by a chance a great opportunity. It was beautiful winter, quite heavy conditions, quite difficult conditions, a lot of snow, changing weather a little bit. There were clouds, there was sun, wonderful. And also quite natural for us. Because it was really very beginning, we were not at all natural and fluent in talking. And yet, I think because of this whole situation, it kind of forced us to be quite natural. And until now, I think that is quite entertaining to watch.
I agree. I like that video as well.
So,
This is the end of the video.
it is, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.